Welcome, everybody, to the Living Oneness Gathering. I am your host and guide, Sue Dumais. It's an honor to be here with you once again. I'm excited to share part two of the prey predator syndrome and go a little deeper into the clearing aspect of it. So last week, I was guided to introduce it to you to share the concept and the idea of the prey predator syndrome in relationship to duality and polarity and how it related to light and dark energy, balanced and unbalanced. And today we're going to dive in a little deeper. I also want to take you through a process to clear the saran film of it, the prey predator syndrome. So last week, when we did the clearing and we were kind of bringing awareness in around how it plays out in your life, how it's in your field, how you're holding on to it in the way of the programming and stuff, we did some clearing, and then there was this invitation for you to explore how it's embedded in your life. So some of you may have taken that heart work home with you and started to take a look at how it shows up, and you may have felt like we opened up a bit of a can of worms. That was purposeful. That was intentional. We needed to reveal it, shine light on it, clear as much as we could about it, but let you look at how it's really kind of embedded in life and different aspects of life. And then now we can actually clear the origin seed of it, the seed that's actually not even yours. It was embedded and inherited in your field, in your etheric body. So we're going to clear that today and do an upgrade, and then we will explore. I need to share information with all of you about light and dark energy. I've never shared it in this particular way before, and it more came in this week for me to have a different understanding so I could take a different approach to share it with everybody. And it's been interesting because I've noticed a lot of individuals are making so many changes and shifting their energy and their frequencies, aligning with abundance and their heart's mission and their soul guidance. And they're making all of these changes and all of these shifts, but the translation into form isn't occurring. So a lot of people feeling very abundant in every way possible, except it's not showing up in their earth bank or in the way of money coming. And a lot of people feeling really clear and aligned with their work, but still kind of the doors aren't opening or the pathway's not crystal clear. This is all part of this. It is a big part of it. At the same time, there's a lot happening on kind of a macrocosm level that I'm working with. And I'm going to try and translate it into the micro level, in the level of the day-to-day human experience, this human life classroom. The level I work on is the etheric level. It's kind of beyond what most people's minds can comprehend. So I can't really talk, I don't talk about 90% of it. I'm starting to share 10% of it. The reason I don't talk about it is one, it's hard to articulate and to really capture in words what's happening and why it's happening and how what I'm doing. And two, humanity hasn't been ready to hear what's happening on the macro level until now. So I'm starting to share it more and in ways that it can land and be understood without resistance, without creating and sparking fear, because we don't need fear. We got enough of that going on. We need understanding and we need to be informed, not overwhelmed, but we need to be informed. And then we need discernment. We need to be able to discern what's truth and what's not truth. What is truth? What is lies disguised as truth? What is half truths mixed with lies that make it confusing? And this, my intention today is to shed some light on some really confusing energies and help you understand what direction we need to go collectively and individually in order to really feel much more clear and much more capable of discerning moving forward. Okay. Are you with me? Are you in? All right, let's do this. So I'm going to begin with taking you on a little journey. We're going to clear that prey predator interference, the rest of that original seed, because we don't need that in the way. And then we'll take a little journey into understanding light and dark energy in a different way and giving you an experience of it and a connection to it that you haven't had before, that we all need. We really, really need. Take some deep breaths. And as you're breathing and tuning in, you can rest your eyes closed if it's safe for you to do so, if you're in a space where it allows. And you can always come back to this if you're driving or doing something else right now. You can always come back to it in a way that will allow you to really sink in and deepen it. And just knowing that when you're guided to come back to replays, there is a purpose for it. There's something in it for you. If you're going back to the replay because you're afraid you missed something, that's not guidance. So when you feel a nudge to go back, even if you feel resistance, follow that nudge. Take some more deep breaths. We're just going to set a new electromagnetic grounding cord, main cord going down into the earth, wrapping around core. A second coil wrapping around that main cord. So it becomes an electromagnetic grounding cord, clearing any electrical scattered energy, any magnetic scattered energy, letting it go down into Mother Earth to be transmuted, to be reused and recycled in the way that's purposeful. And just knowing that that grounding cord is not only allowing you to feel connected to Mother Earth, but it's also giving you an ability to feel grounded yet levitated, lifted and solid in the ground, but lifted as well. Elevated. Elevated within your divinity and grounded in your humanness. Now, again, as I move into this understanding a little bit more of the prey-predator syndrome and light and dark energy in the way of polarity, not duality, it's helpful to understand that there may be fear that arises, and fear or resistance might arise. And if it does, just meet it with love. Meet it with acceptance, love, allowance, create space for it. Don't push it away, don't judge it, because that's only adding fear. That's only adding resistance to the resistance. Resistance for me is the gap between what the mind thinks and what the heart knows. So on a soul and heart level, there's a part of you that's ready to hear this information, ready for you to remember some of it and ready for you to receive much of it. And in the mind, there's the ego, there's interference in the way of the prey-predator programming and other programming, other thoughts and beliefs and embedded ideas that we gathered and inherited. It's the mind that resists. It's the mind and the emotional wounds that are unresolved that might feel resistant, that might bump up against this information, this process. So meet your resistance and meet it with gratitude and appreciation, because it's a finger pointing to something left over within you that needs to heal, that needs to be resolved or reconciled. That's good news. Resistance is good news. It's a friend pointing a finger to something for you. Take some more deep breaths. Now, there needs to be a permission to clear this. On a soul level, I have permission because you're here. That's permission. But on a human level, I am going to ask for permission to assist you in clearing the origin, seed, and embedded programming of the prey predator syndrome that is the form of interference in your field. This is including in the mind, in your energy field, in your body, and all the spaces in between. If you're willing to receive this process and allow this to be cleared, say yes, thank you. You can say it in your mind or you can say it out loud. Take some deep breaths. And even as you say that, you might feel waves of energy or something bumping up against, or you might even feel some resistance. You might even feel distracted. Stay with me. Stay here. You got this. So, since I discovered this origin seed and I've become familiar with its energy signature, it can't hide from me anymore. Things that are in my blind spot is only because I don't have the energy signature, the energetic or frequency understanding of it. Once I have that frequency and understanding of the energy of it, it can't hide anywhere. So lean into deep trust and blind faith here, and your willingness to heal this without exception. To heal this, even if there is resistance, to heal this and to clear this from your field, even if there's a part of you, like your ego or another part of you, that's holding on to it out of fear or out of comfort and familiarity. This is no longer serving you. I know that, and I can say that with certainty. This prey predator seed, this saran film inside of you, is no longer serving you or any of us. So again, one more time, if you're willing to release it and clear it today, yes, thank you. Okay, so we're going to begin by gathering it from the bottom of the energy field. So remembering the energy field runs about an arm's length in all directions around us, above and below, and all around in all directions. And it consists of 40 layers, give or take. From the bottom, we're going to start the clearing from below. I'm going to take it into your heart space, the heart center, and use the central channel. So let's just make sure your central channel is clear and you've got a clear pathway from below the field all the way through the body to the top of the field. And that central pillar or central channel, I often see it as like a light pathway. And it goes up and down, and it's just in front of the spine. It runs along the spine, but it's just in front of the spine, right in the center of your body. There we go. So just imagine it free and clear. Imagine all the branches, everything is clear. There's nothing on the road, no speed bumps, no rocks, no obstacles, no detours. Clear path. Yes, yes, thank you. Beautiful. Now, once I start to gather it into your heart center, you might actually feel a little of the discomfort. For those of you that are really energy sensitive, it almost may feel a little counterintuitive. You're not going to want it necessarily there, but it's only going to be there for a moment. So we're going to begin by gathering from below, gathering this prey predator syndrome, the seed of it, and the saran film of it. It's like a film, a sticky film that's hidden and well disguised. It's very stealth-like. It's all through the body. So we're bringing it up through the lower body into the heart space. I'm just going to hold it in that space for a minute. And then from above, we're going to bring it down. Some of you, your energy field is way extended beyond the arm's length. So let's set an intention to bring everybody's energy field in so it's an arm's length in all directions. And some of you might feel it come in, but some of you are just too far out there right now. Makes this process a little harder, but it also makes you really sensitive to everything around you. So just keep it in an arm's length for now. There we go. We're all here. Carrying it down from the top, around, in and around the third eye, the pineal gland. It really does like to camp out in that space too. You might feel it moving in from behind the eyes. It's really like to be embedded behind the eyes and into the eardrums. So all your senses are being dampened and affected by it. So calling it all into the heart space without exception. And we're going to cover all realms, all dimensions, all bodies, etheric, astral body, causal body, physical body, emotional body, mental body, all of it. All bodies without exception, all dimensions, all realms, all levels of consciousness. Yes, including the dream realm. There we go. All right, so it's in the center of the heart. We're going to gather it in almost like quarantining it. So we're bringing it in and putting it into a bubble of quarantine. And we're going to condense it into the central channel. And then we're going to shoot it up and out. When you're ready to shoot it up and out, say yes, thank you. All the way out. There we go. And then all the spaces that it occupied, we're going to fill with a beautiful energy straight from source, from your source, straight from the heart, your source point from your heart. It can come pouring through your heart space, through the source point, or it could come pouring through your central channel into your energy field and into your body. Whatever pathway of least resistance, it can come in. Let it. Just allow it. Receive it. Yes, thank you. And this purifying energy is coming in and not only taking up the space that that old syndrome held, but it's also purifying, cleansing, clearing, unifying, healing, amplifying. Beautiful. So take some deep breaths as that's happening. We're just going to allow. And you might even feel like you want to wiggle or move your body a little bit or stretch or shift your position. Just really pay attention to what your body needs. Pay attention to what your energy and your heart is leading you toward, and in whatever way you need to. We're going to invite this purifying energy to come through into the etheric body as well, upgrading the etheric blueprint, upgrading and updating the etheric blueprint, and deleting that old programming, that old prey predator syndrome, the origin code. It may still be somehow playing out embedded in your programming in the way of thoughts and beliefs. And that's the work this week. You're going to continue to take a look at that and go, oh, that's how it's playing out. I'm releasing that. I'm forgiving that. I'm honoring that, but I'm willing to release it, to change that programming. There we go. Take some more deep breaths. Some of it, maybe you might even feel some energy clearing through your breath out. So now I'm going to bring in just an understanding, and I'm going to invite you to keep your eyes closed as I'm continuing to provide an understanding. I'm working with the energy in the background as I'm sharing, creating an understanding at the level of the mind so the mind comes along and allows the shift to occur within. I spoke last episode about the light and dark energy in the way of polarity and how duality changed it. So going back to polarity, in the beginning, there was light and dark energy. That's the first extension of source, light and dark energy in its rawest, purest form, positive and negative charged energy. This is what allows us to create and experience creation. This is what allows source to experience itself. Without polarity, without light and dark energy, in balance, in harmony, in its purest, rawest form, there is no creation. There is only oneness. When we are in touch with the polarity within us, because there's polarity in every cell and every aspect of our being, and polarity can show up as masculine and feminine energy, positive and negative charge. Everything can be experienced through polarity, or everything can be judged through duality. Two different things. In its balanced form, light and dark energy is the key to peace, to unity, to harmony, to balance, to synergy, to living symbiotically, living in community, cooperation, collaboration, to experience oneness while we are experiencing an individual expression of source. That's polarity. Light and dark energy, when it is in balance, when it is balanced and harmonized in its original raw form, that is what we are all really truly yearning for. To experience that within our individual expression of source and to experience it with others in this beautiful classroom we call Earth and humanity. When we look at how those energies split, we talked about balanced dark and balanced light energy. The unbalanced form of light and the unbalanced dark energy are the energies that actually create the experience of harm, suffering, attack, war, separation, judgment, criticism. This is where all bias and racism comes from. Because we can't honor and experiences our differences in duality. We can in polarity. In polarity, when we are honoring and experiencing energies and differences in polarity, we meet others who are different from us, and we can feel a connection, yet honor the differences. When we are standing in the out of balanced energies, in duality, or we have those unbalanced energies, those out of balance energies in our field, in our minds, embedded in our programming, like a lens that we look through as we look out into the world. If we're looking through a lens of unbalanced energies. And we are doing that a lot of times and we don't realize it. When we do that, we instantly feel some form of discord, some form of dissonance. We're not living in resonance, we're living in dissonance. The energy is discordant. It's something's off. And it can be obviously off or it can be subtly off. It's the subtle off that can really trip us up and be sneaky, playing out in the background. Take some more deep breaths. So I want you to imagine that you could take the lens off just for a moment, take the lens and filter off of duality. Just put those glasses aside for a moment and ask to be shown to listen, hear, and receive and see this information through the lens of polarity, through the lens of divine creation. Now, the tricksy part is we've been programmed to believe that light is good and dark is bad. We've been programmed to believe that light is good energy. God represents trust and faith and spirituality. And we've been taught that the dark energies represent evil, the devil, and all the kinds of other things. Violence, war. Some even feel justified and feel that light energy is actually the war because you're fighting for something. But that is unbalanced light and unbalanced dark energies at work. Here's where it gets really challenging. We've been so convinced to be afraid of the dark and so convinced to stand in the light that there's two elements that are hiding in the background, causing our biggest blind spots. This is a global blind spot, but also a universal cosmic blind spot. This is a blind spot that's not just for humans, it's for all beings, all of creation. And the potential for that blind spot, the more conscious we are, the more aware we are, the more we will get tripped up. We've been taught to believe in the light, to move toward the light, to use the light, to be the light. And we've been taught to be afraid of the dark. But in order to come into harmony, in order to live in balance and be in more of a symbiotic relationship, unity consciousness, we need to recognize that there is a form of light that is not serving us. But we trust it with blind faith. We trust it without question. We need to start to question it. And then there is an aspect of dark energy, the balanced aspect of dark energy that we've been so afraid of, that we actually need to recognize and we need to honor and fold into our experience. Without both, we cannot harmonize. We've been taught to be afraid of the answer. The balanced dark energy is the answer right now. The balanced dark energy has the potential to end the wars. The balanced dark energy has the potential, holds the potential. It's the key to bringing peace, to bringing unity and harmony across all of creation. I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying this. This is really, really important. We've been programmed to be afraid of the very thing that is the answer to everything we need. And the fact that even we are afraid of the out of balance dark, that is feeding it. The fear that we have of the unbalanced dark is actually feeding that energy. It's feeding that power hungry energy. It's stripping our innocence away from us. It's stripping our faith. It's stripping our trust, our knowing. It's siphoning energy from us by keeping us afraid of dark energy under one umbrella. But there are two versions of dark energy. One is balanced, one is not. We don't need to be afraid of the one that is not. And we need to lean into and embrace and fold in and expand the balanced dark energy. Most of you are really good at leaning into the light, acknowledging and embracing the light. There is an element that we need to discern and pull out. So there is some contamination there. There is false light. We need to pull that out of the equation. So I'm going to take you through a process to do that. But before we do that, I need everybody to honor and embrace the balanced dark energy. The balanced dark energy is like a black rainbow of light. It's like a beautiful part of creation that we take for granted because it's in between everything. It's in and around and in between everything. So we don't necessarily see it with our physical eyes, but it is how we see creation. We could not see a tree or we could not see each other if we didn't have balanced light and balanced dark energies. We need both. But we've been programmed to be afraid of the dark under the umbrella of both. And that's not true. We don't need fear at all. We need to discern between out of balanced dark energy and balanced dark energy. So I want you to imagine the seed, the origin seed of balanced dark energy in the center here in the circle, and the seed of balanced light energy, pure, clear, clean, raw form, original form of balanced light and balanced dark in the center of our circle. Breathe if you're feeling any kind of fear. Breathe through it, process it, honor it. Any resistance. This is part of the programming to be afraid of it, but it's the very thing that we're fearing that is the answer to our prayers. It is the answer to the confusion. It is the answer to the conflict. It's the answer to bring peace. Breathe, allow, process your fear, fold it in, stir it into your heart. Let it be honored, let it be witnessed. I do not need to be afraid anymore. I choose not to let fear dictate my choices, my decisions, my actions. I choose to come from that space of divine alignment, to let my heart, my soul, my divinity lead me, guide me, direct me. Pure, clear, clean. I choose to be able to start to discern and discern the light, balanced and unbalanced, to discern the dark, balanced and unbalanced, so that I can see the difference, so that I can experience the difference without judgment, without fear, without resistance. Bring those two beautiful seeds of light, origin dark energy, and send love and appreciation. This is a love and appreciation we're sending to creation. This is a love and appreciation we're sending to our source. This is a love and appreciation we're sending to every aspect of creation, including you, including me, all of us. We are all part of these beautiful seeds. This is how we are experiencing each other. You are the light. You are the dark energy in balance. Beautiful, pure, clear, clean. It's there. It's in there. Your source is in you. Creation is folded in you because you are creation. Source is folded in you because you are a beautiful extension of source. Feel it, honor it, witness it. Send an energy of appreciation and gratitude. Recognize it. Recognize the dark energy, that balanced dark energy. Recognize the balanced light energy. And you may even feel like your heart smiling or your soul skipping or dancing. It's like, yes, this is who you are. And when you actually allow this beautiful, balanced light and dark energy within you to expand, to be amplified, to be unified, like yin and yang, it will dance like a unification of two beautiful energies dancing. You can unlock, unleash your full potential. And it may not all come in at once, so you don't need to be afraid of that. Just an invitation for it to start to come in ways that you are capable of handling it. The out of balanced energies do not want you to know this information because you are more powerful than any out of balance energy that exists. And together, when we realize that, we become impervious. We become amplified. We become a beautiful force of love, of peace, of unity, of harmony. And you can unleash your full potential. You can unlock the potential that your cells have and hold right now. We are using a small percentage of our potential. Even though we're using more of our potential now than, say, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, we are still just using a small portion of it. When we embrace the light and dark energy, the balanced light and dark within us, and we recognize the unbalanced energy and clear that, we can begin to really experience an energy and a surge of energy that is powerful beyond measure. So if you're willing, say yes, thank you. And if you're open to it, honor and send gratitude and appreciation for those two seeds of light and dark in the form of balance and harmony, creation in its rawest form. Now I'm going to take you through a process. And again, at any time you can say, no, thank you. At any time you can pause. Just stay with me till the end though. This is going to be a really beautiful experience. So most of you will want to say yes, thank you to it. We are going to bring all unbalanced light energy, and we're going to bring it through the filter of balance, that balanced light seed. So all unbalanced light energy within, and this is the words you can use, I ask that it move through the balanced light seed to be purified, cleansed, transmuted. Any of the energies that can't be transmuted, let it be cleared up and out. any of the energies that are transmuted and purified, let them come back into my field. Now we're calling forth all out of balance, dark energies within. I release these energies and I move them through the balanced dark energy seed, purifying, processing, clearing, transmuting these energies into a balanced form. And let that balanced form be returned into my field. So it's like moving through a filter and a purification system and coming back into your field. Now, we are going to invite the light energy within you and the dark energy within you to pass through these two again. This time, take the light energy and pass it through the dark, balanced seed. Yes, thank you. And then we're going to take the dark energy and pass it through the balanced light seed. Yes, thank you. And bring it all back into your field. Take some deep breaths. And let that energy amplify, duplicate, spread through you, move through all the cells and all the spaces in between. Let it fill your beingness in your energy field. Let it fill your mind. Let it fill your brain. Let it fill your spinal column, nervous system, organs, everything, every aspect of you. Let it fill your third eye, Brahma, space in the pineal gland, activating the third eye and the fourth eye, if you're willing. Let it fill your grounding cord, connecting you to Mother Earth. Let it fill your energy centers, all of them, not just the ones in your body. There's at least 40 that go above you and around you and beneath you. Then let your energy move in whatever direction it needs to. There is the gyroscoping and for like motion that's actually been coming in for probably the last 5 to 7 years for me. So more the energy centers and the energy field itself is actually in a gyroscoping motion. So it's moving in all directions. The energy is moving in all directions. This is allowing us to experience more of the omnidirectional grounding, but also omnidirectional connection to all the planes of consciousness and dimensions. It's also a beautiful way that we can connect to the layer of oneness, which is the 40th layer. Take some breaths. And for some of you, this might feel really soothing and feel really good. You feel floaty and levitated, and others you might feel really heavy and dense. It might feel odd. You might feel real layers of resistance being pushed out or transmuted in contact with the other energies that are coming in, the balanced energies that are coming back to you, the purified energies. They're literally like flushing through your system. Anything that you feel is discordant still or needs some support, stir it into your heart space, stir it into the central channel, but stir it in not to get rid of it, stir it in to honor it, to witness it, to process it, to heal it, to transmute it. And then we're going to just update the grounding cord. We updated the etheric body. We're also going to update the astral body. If you're willing, say yes, thank you. And if there's any parts of you that maybe you've held back, maybe there's a pocket of unbalanced energy that you're invested in or that the mind is holding because it doesn't quite have an understanding that that's out of balanced energy, that that's contaminated energy, that's okay. Just recognize that you might come back to this and do it again, or you might all of a sudden do some journaling or do a process that all of a sudden you recognize and shine light on that piece, and all of a sudden you can see clearly. And it can heal in a holy instant, or it may take a little bit of time to let go. The mind will hold on to things that it doesn't understand or that it's afraid to let go of. Take some deep breaths. I'm going to invite you to, for some of you, you may want to stay there longer. Stay in that experience longer. It's okay. Stay immersed and bathing in that energy. We've updated the etheric blueprint and we've given it some information. But you could even take a mental note of how it feels physically, emotionally, energetically. Just notice what's happening right now. And when you take that mental note of how you feel, it's like taking a little picture, an imprint in the mind, so that the mind remembers, oh, we did that, and I remember how it felt. And then you can bring that remembrance of the feeling back with you. You can bring the remembrance of that feeling into your day in different pockets and different times. The key here is that we don't need to be afraid of the dark energy. The dark energy that is balanced is part of creation. It's something we need to embrace. The dark energy that is out of balance is not something we need to be afraid of, but something we need to be discerning around. The same way the light energy, the balanced light energy, is something to embrace and to honor and to experience and to embody, to welcome in, to amplify. And the discernment is needed to recognize the out of balance light energy, because that's the trixiest one. We have been blindly trusting light energy and deceived by the out of balanced light energy because we don't even question it. We don't even think to discern. We don't even think to look there that there's a problem. So as I've been discovering this and working with this for the last 10 years, I've recognized that there's a lot of forms of out of balance light energy out there that's really hooking people and convincing people and deceiving people. There was a film of out of balanced light energy that essentially was literally placed in front of the source of who we are, and our prayers were going to it and being hijacked, taken, siphoned. And that was about 3 years ago, 2.5, 3 years ago. I lifted that out. We cleared that as soon as I got an awareness of it. I cleared it. So at least our prayers are going to the right place. If you say, I send this prayer to pure, clear, clean source, direct to source. That's the kind of work I'm doing in the background. That's not the kind of work you need to do. That's how big it can be. On a micro level, how is it showing up for you? On a micro level, where are you putting your energy or your trust? What are you putting your trust into? Where are you blindly trusting that maybe you just need to keep your discernment filter on? You need to keep your intuition on. If something feels off, it's because something feels off. And you need to start to trust that. It doesn't mean that what someone's doing is wrong. It might just be something inside of you that feels off about it. But discernment is key. To be an ability to identify balance and out of balance is essential right now. And that clearing just would help you be able to do that better because now we lifted some filters that were in place that were stopping you from being able to discern. So there's a question, can you give examples of dark energy? Uh, yes. Out of balance dark energy is easy to identify. There's a lot of examples of that in the world. Balanced dark energy, it can be a form of a spark, a fire, a fiery kind of energy. It can be a real strong, clear direction in the way of conversation. It can be a challenging conversation, a sweaty palm conversation, but a necessary conversation. But the balanced dark energy is very sparky, fiery, energetic, energized. It, but not always. That's one example. And it can also feel really churning as well. Like it kind of churns things up. And it's dark energy in general kind of moves things apart, and light energy brings things together. So when it's light energy and dark energy together, it's like bringing things together and apart at the same time, but in balance. So then you see the tree. I keep saying a tree because there's a tree in front of me through my window. It's how we see creation. So light energy brings things together, dark energy pushes things apart in a beautiful way, in a harmonious way, in a yin yang kind of balanced way. An out of balance dark energy will push things apart and keep pushing things apart until there's nothing left of creation. On a macro level, that's what's the attempt is. It's not going to happen. There's too many of us that are aware now. But that's what it's trying to do. So the good news is we're on track. We just need to stay on track, and we can fast track this a little bit more. We don't have to go through so much suffering if we all actually really focus on the balanced light and the balanced dark within us. So another question, can you give examples of unbalanced light energy? Yes. An example of unbalanced light energy would be in some religions where they teach you that sin is that if you sin, then you will go to hell. That's an experience, that's an example of unbalanced light energy. And I grew up Catholic, so I'm very familiar with it. And what it's doing is using fear as a tactic to control you. And that's not needed. That's what they're using, but it's not needed. So we can actually have it so that we choose balanced energies, and we choose the path that is supportive for all without the threat of crucifixion or whatever else. That's one example of unbalanced light energy. Unbalanced light energy can also be a spiritual narcissist, saying all the right things, speaking and saying that they are here to heal the world or help you. And it is more money driven, greed, power driven. Gaslighting is an example of out of balance light energy as well, making you feel like you are the one that is the problem. The question is, in that sense, do you tune into the body to discern? That one is very sneaky. Yes, very sneaky because we've been programmed not to question it. And if we do question it, then we're sinning or we're evil or we're the problem. So even the fact that we are choosing to discern is a threat, and then we're judged for that. Anything that separates, divides, tries to divide us is a form of unbalanced energy, whether it's light or dark. Another question, can we use, oops, I just lost it. Can we use directive or receptive instead of dark and light? You can use whatever word resonates for you. And yes, I use the infinity sign a lot. I do that in my activations. I will do that in the global and macro activations I'm using in the microcosm level. The infinity sign is really powerful to use. You could use it on your in your head too if you're trying to balance right and left brain. And you could use the infinity sign to even bring it this way in front of you into the light and balanced light and dark seats. You can imagine your energy going through those and coming back, purifying, bringing it back, purifying, bringing it back. These are great. And again, I use light and dark energy. There's people that are using good and evil. There's lots of people using different words. I use light and dark energy because I'm going back to the origin. It's kind of my memories and my remembrances back to the origin moments. So I use that language and then I'm bridging the human language with what I know and what I experience and what I remember. So I'm trying to find a language that most people would relate to, but not invoke fear. Because when you talk about good and evil, it really by its nature, the word itself invokes fear, and the programming is activated in the field around that. So that's why I use light and dark energy. But you can use whatever word works for you. What resonates for you? What way can you describe it or use it in your language that brings you peace and brings you an understanding that brings you to a place of peace and balance? That's all. That's really what it's about. When I talk about out of balance light and dark energies, are these human behaviors rather than external interference? They can be both. We can have out of balance light and dark energies within us, within our own behaviors. Addictions are an example of that. Even an addiction to spiritual books and being hijacked. The spiritual ego is one example of unbalanced light energy, and it's very justified and entitled it's really hard to point out to people when it's out of balance light. But these are examples, many examples in human behaviors, in ways of thinking, and even just in our energy field, how our physical body is. Out of balance energies are the root of a lot of disease and illness in the body because it's dis-ease, it's out of balance. And then there's external interference. There's external forces of out of balance energies that are coming at us, trying to get into our field, trying to siphon and use our energy. Again, not to invoke fear, just to inform. And if you amplify your field becomes impenetrable. When you amplify your field and you are balanced, the out of balance energies in your field become weak points and entry points. So the more you shine light on them and balance your energies and come to this place where you are amplified from your source point out in all directions, you become like the sun. And the field around you is impenetrable. And anything trying to come in, any external interference trying to come in, gets burned off in the atmosphere of your field. That's the goal. That's the intention. That's where we're heading. That's why I keep doing these living oneness gatherings, and I keep expanding and amplifying your energy and teaching you how to do this so that you can walk around where you just feel like you can hold your field clear and clean and nothing can get in. So in the beginning, when I started to recognize external interference, I would get a lot of darts and in my field, or I would get a lot of cords, I would get a lot of intrusions. And once I started to recognize it, I was able to clear the field. Finally, when I finally cleared the field and I started to discern, I'm like, oh, something's in the field. I can feel something off. And then it got to the point where everything was on the perimeter. It's almost like I had a fence around it, and they would make a lot of noise at the fence, but they wouldn't be able to get in, but I could still hear it. And it was still annoying. Now I've amplified my field enough and I created a buffer that I don't hear or sense them unless they're actually trying to like drill into my field, which they've kind of given up on because they just can't get in anymore. And when you get to that point, and when we all get to that point, then we become these beacons of possibility for everyone else. If you're familiar with the Maharishi effect, it's 1% of the population in balance, or 1% of the population choosing love or meditating on peace can influence the rest of the population in a community. If you imagine on an energetic level, if enough of us do this, we don't need the 1% because we become more than 1%. One individual becomes more than just one individual. We become amplified so much that the energy expands beyond what just our limitation of one human being. You are become that spiritual being that is so balanced and so amplified that your balanced energies, your light and dark energies, expand beyond what's comprehensible. And we hit that tipping point of influencing all the rest of creation. This isn't just a global issue. I'm dealing with it here on a global level because as humans, we have this potential to use our physical bodies. Our physical body is not the enemy. It's not holding us back. It's our belief that the physical body is a problem or it's holding us back. The physical body is key to us unlocking and unleashing even more of our potential energy, and to be able to really unleash it and harness it in a way that would serve all of creation is the direction we're heading. Whether we're conscious of it or not, whether we're consciously choosing or not, it's happening. And the more we consciously choose it, even if it's just a small number of us, we go beyond that 1% that's required to affect and impact and support all of creation. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I'm here for the bigger picture and to support you on this level, but I'm here for the bigger picture. And if I can support you on this level to do what you're here to do, to support your mission, whatever it is, whether it's just walking down the street and being a beacon of light, that's what we need you to do. If that's what it is for you, if it's writing a book, then we need you to do that. If it's singing a song, we need you to do that. Whatever it is for you, and it's different for everyone. You just need to say yes to your mission, say yes to your mm, divine assignment. Say yes to your divine assignment, but do so in an amplified way. Do so with your field in balance and harmonized, and feel like you have this like beautiful synergy happening with your cells and with your energy field. That's going to allow you to really move out into the world and be less affected and impacted in negative ways with everything that's going on. I can walk through the chaos and hold coherence now. I couldn't do that before. In 2020, I couldn't do it. I was trying, but I can do that now. That's the work. That's the work I'm inviting you all to do. One more question. Are prey predator examples of our balanced? The out of balance light and dark is the prey predator. It's an out of balance energy. It's an unbalanced energy that's at play here in the prey predator. I'll talk more about it. I'll share more about it because there's a depth to it. Like even money in the prey predator, that's a whole thing there. Money in abundance, there's a whole play out there. Relationships, intimacy, your soul work, all of it. There's so much in your body, in your own ego. There's a prey predator programming that's playing out too. So today we cleared the big like original source of it that was external interference. That's out of your field. Now it's about identifying how it's playing out in your life and examples of it. And in the moments that you're aware of it, you can forgive it. And you might have to do journaling around it, or you might need some support around little pieces or parts of it. But it'll be easier now because you don't have that force of energy that's in there playing in the background, causing you to really be confused by it. Marian, if this applies to animals, it does to some animals, not all. A lot of animals are really pure in balanced in their life, but not all. And those that are prey animal will be affected by prey predator, obviously, and those that are predator will be affected. I can't, I know I'm aware of the time, but I want to really share everything with you, but I can't share everything with you. I'm not guided to share everything with you, but I will share this. Without the prey predator syndrome in place, and if all of us actually are able to clear it, we will have, this is going to sound funny, but this is what I'm seeing. I'm getting visions of it. Vegetarian lions, lions that don't eat animals, animals that don't eat other animals. The way that is possible is that there will be no more prey and no more predators. We will all work symbiotically and live symbiotically together. It would be living symbiosis. And that's what's happening even in our bodies, in our microbiome. It's like imagine everything living to support, and we're the microbiome of Mother Earth. It's like everything living to support each other and honoring each other. Very different than the world we're living in right now. But I'll leave it at that because that's like a teaser for the trailer, I guess. It's like the trailer to come. So thank you all for being here, for being open, for being curious, for being willing to move through this process and to being a beautiful beacon, beautiful beacons of light and messengers of love in this world. I honor you. I appreciate you. I see you. And I'm so grateful. Thank you all. Until next time, love and blessings.